Welcome back, guys. Back for a part two. This time we're talking about OMONDI's guy, Harry Maguire. Obviously, we're not on here to poo-poo him. We've actually come on here to have a serious discussion. Well, as serious as we can be on the agenda and you with you guys in the chat. But yeah, look, we're going to talk about Harry Maguire. He had some good words. He received some good words from Ten Hag. So, guys, we're going to go into it. And right on the cue, yes, Slavhead is showing up on the One Days Cup. So, guys, let's get the show on the road. Well, guys, look, before we go any further, if you are here, please hit that like button, hit that share button, and hit that subscribe button. On Monday, Juma, we are talking about Harry Maguire, and I'm not here to poo-poo him. I've looked at the stats. So look, talk to me, man. Your boy, you've been defending him for weeks, for months.
Years.
I was gonna say, yeah, it could well be years. It looks like he may well finally be getting the recognition that you feel he deserves. Maybe not from the guys in the chat, but definitely from Ten Hag.
Right, let's talk. When we judge a footballer, we have to judge a few things because we've seen some great footballers over the years. Some of them have failed to really prove their potential because of other factors. So physically, you look at a footballer and say, yeah, he's got all the ability to be great. Look at Stan Collymore. I thought Stan Collymore had all the physicality to be like a really, really top player. But then there was something spiritually or mentally with him that made him a lesser player or didn't succeed to the heights that he could have based on his physical attributes, you know? So Stan Collymore, I think he should be disappointed with his career based on the gifts that he was given physically. Spiritually, maybe he's a bad egg or whatever was going on with him. He didn't go on with his teammates. When you look at Harry Maguire, let's judge him as physically, as a footballer. This guy can defend, right? He wins his headers. He wins his interceptions. He can tackle. He's big and strong. He might not be as mobile, but you have to have the balance. If you're going to be that big and strong, you might not always be as mobile. Centre-backs are not always the quickest players out there. You only have to look at Bobby Moore or John Terry to understand that, but it's about reading the game. So Harry Maguire, he's not on that level of Bobby Moore or John Terry in that respect, but he does his best. He maximizes what he's got. So I'm talking about in the Premiership, I'm talking about in the World Cup, and for England internationally, he's been the number one. And England haven't been to a semi-final since 1990, or 96 as well. And Harry Maguire's been part of two sides that got to a semi-final of the World Cup and got to the final of the European Championships as well. So you cannot disrespect this guy. He could play the ball out. We talk about all these modern goalkeepers, sweeper keepers. He's a modern centre-back because he can play the ball out. He's got good passing range as well. So the only thing with the question mark, so I'm saying that's the physicality side of things. Then we look at spiritually and mentally. That was under question a couple of years ago because he started making mistakes at the highest level for Man United, not so much for England, and people questioning him, saying, well, maybe he's not got it. Maybe he can't read the game. It's a learning stage for him. I think he's come through that, and he's held his hands up and said, I'm at the biggest club in the UK at Manchester United, and I've had errors. I've had lapses. I don't know what's been going on with him, but there was mistakes there for everyone to see. I think he's turned that around. And I think the manager has accepted that as well. Because when Harry Maguire gave an interview after the game against Everton the other day, because he came on and another clean sheet, he's had quite a few this year playing, all right, he said this is what Harry Maguire is saying. He said, it's my job, and that's the bottom line of it, it's my job to be ready as well as I can. So this is a mental thing. And the physical thing. If you had to ask anyone in the dressing room how well I train hard and competitively in everything I do, whether it's a small-sided game or a possession game. I always do the extras. I've proven that because every time I've been given an opportunity for the club this season and my country, I felt like I've been in really good place and I'm performing well. This is the man. Now, this is not arrogance. This is just saying as it is. So this shows you a man who's confident in himself, knowing his place is under threat since we have better players coming in now, and he's still saying this. When he's been asked to come and perform, he's stepped up. That's what he's saying. This year, I'm in a good place mentally and physically. And every time I've started a game of football, I've done myself justice and done well. not beating himself up. These are facts, which the stats are proving as well. And we only have to look at the most recent game. He stepped up after games out and he's delivered. And he said, but I understand we have amazing centre-backs at this club. So there he goes. He's been acknowledging there's amazing centre-backs at the club. He's looking at Martinez, he's looking at Varane, and he understands that. That's why he's being professional here and showing that he can play off the bench and come in and do a job when required for the club because he's a club captain. Ten Hag saying here, he delivered a performance in and out of possession. He dominated and dictated, and he's transferred my demands on him. So Ten Hag's clearly saying he's got demands on Harry Maguire. He's transferred them onto the pitch, stepping in when required and bringing in passes and intercepting the ball, and a brilliant performance by Harry. That's from the manager himself the other day. So I'm just saying this. I think we could all give him pointers, and I could be critical. Last couple of seasons I said, boy, where's your thinking? That's poor defending. We can break everything down. But when you can turn things around and do things well for the club and speak better and learn from your mistakes, we have to give people credit. And I have to give this man credit. He's got thick skin for all the abuse he takes, and he stepped up for the big club, for Man United, and delivered when it's needed. So I have to give the man credit. Physically, spiritually, and mentally, he's learning, becoming a better player for it. So credit to him.
Well, look, Monday, I'm going to tell you straight. There's a few people in the chat who obviously disagree with your opinion on Maguire, but Ten Hag spoken. Let's be honest. You want to take a couple of these? Sorry,
let me just sit on my my victory mug. And by the way, if you want one of these mugs, go and check out the website for Man United Agenda. Yeah. All right, so I haven't seen the comments, so let's just go through them really quickly. HD Game is saying, get that Maguire cup gone. Okay, sorry about that. But Bill Badger is saying Maguire played against a shite Everton. He wasn't even pressed or put under pressure for sustained parts of the game. Good performance from him, as it should be, in all fairness. But that's it. Fair enough. Bart staying, playing Maguire alongside someone who covers the ground really well, reads the game well, and is good with the ball at his feet. And he looks really good. Jeff here is saying, big up my friends again. Hi, welcome back, Jeff. Maguire will be a great player in another shirt. Collymore probably had a problem with all the racial abuse that he had. I think, yeah, that's another, he's an enigma, Collymore, isn't he? I'm not sure if that's correct. Maguire can defend. Well, the manager said he'd done well the other day. Maguire committed the errors that lost everyone of the international matches, says Jeff. Bart saying here, I think Harry is a very good player when playing in a free in defence, ideally in the middle of a free. He played on the left of the free for England when they've done well semi-final of the World Cup. Jeff saying Leicester City, Harry was here for 2 seasons and started to lose confidence. So you say that Leicester played really well. Bart saying Harry is also good for England as he has 2 DMs in front of him. That would be Rice and Phillips, maybe, when they played really well. A passer in Stones beside him, and the athleticism of Shaw and Walker beside them as well. HG Gamer saying Omondi has taken the Man United agenda over. Who let him at the wheel? Maguire Centre show. It wasn't my idea. Hi to the Surrey Media House as well. And finally, getting around 40 million for Harry Maguire for the likes of Spurs, Wolves, Villa, or Premiership club is a very good idea from him. And the Solo, take control of your channel, man. We lose control here because I'm Harry Maguire. So I've laid my case. I know a lot of people don't want to forgive him, but there you go. I think he's a good defender, and he's proven it this season.
On Monday, look. You know me. I'm not his biggest fan, but I've looked at, stats don't mean everything, but I don't think he's made too much errors for us this season. My memory's short, and after 10 o'clock on 10 o'clock on a Friday, I normally suffer from dementia a lot. So there's a lot of things that I do forget. But my performance, I don't remember swearing too much about Harry Maguire this season when he's played. Granted, I do worry when he's on the pitch. I'm not going to sit here and say to you that I don't worry, but Ten Hag sees this man in training every week. He's trusted him in biggish games, maybe not the major games, but that's what squad players do. Whether or not Harry will accept that next season will be more down to Harry than down to Ten Hag. I do believe we will be looking for another centre back in the coming transfer window, but at the moment, Maguire's done okay. And guess what? He's still on course to win to raise another two trophies. Whether or not he's got Bruno by his side or he's lifting it on his own as a starter, is only something that we'll have to wait and see, to be fair.
Yeah, look, we have to be fair. And I'm not here. I know it's a running joke about Maguire, me getting his mug and all that kind of thing. But I do want to say this. I think I'm quite fair when I'm judging players, and I really don't want to be biased about anybody and say, oh, he's wonderful when maybe he's not that wonderful. I'm just being honest, and I do think he's got limitations. As Bart's saying here, Harry's has some weaknesses, like passing under pressure and recovery pace. Maybe recovery pace. Sometimes he gets a bit. And this is a top league, remember. Sometimes he gets caught out a few times when we've seen in recent years. Reading of the game, he's saying here, I agree. Just saying that he gets caught out a lot of the time, doesn't read the game well. But when paired with a dominating centre-back who can do these things, pacey full-back, he looks okay. I agree. That's what I'm saying. I agree with some of your statements there. I just think there are other attributes that he has which you're supposed to do. Win your headers, you're supposed to. When little Martinez or Varane's not winning their headers, or Lindelof in the Europa League final didn't win the header for that equalising goal, people, but you're supposed to. Harry Maguire would do this over and over again. Harry Maguire, he puts hands on people when he's marking them, which is a dangerous game. He gets away with it sometimes. That's a dangerous thing to do. So he does cause me a few heart attacks as well. So get your hands off him, But overall, I think he's been a good servant for the club. And I think he's made his mistakes and he's come back from that. That, to me, shows character of the man and someone who can play at the highest level, international and World Cup and Champions League and Europa League and the Premiership, and under all kinds of pressure and do his best. And that's the best he's got. And you have to give the man credit for it. No, he's not an £80 million player, but this season, all I care about is Man United Football Club. And I think if he needs to come in and step in for Varane or Martinez at any point this season, could be late in the season when someone gets injured, I hope that we all get behind him and we can back him, because he could be that guy who scores a winning goal or a last-ditch challenge or something, which really saves us when we can fight for top four and we're fighting for Europa League or FA Cup or something like that. Let's get behind the guy because he's trying his best. And I think when you show character like this, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, all these things, I think you have to give the guy credit and say, yeah, well done, Harry Maguire, for speaking up, for not cowering away when the pressure is on, and standing up there and working his way back in the side and saying, I'm always available to you.
Oh, we got a few more comments in the chat. Obviously, Brush is in the house talking about being value for money. us and players' prices being value for money. Zoe Media House is saying, look, she'll take Lindelof over Maguire all day long. I mean, look, everybody will have their opinion, and that's the beauty of having your own mind, I suppose. That's the beauty of you guys being on the agenda comments and tuning into the channel. Look, we know Monday's back to his boy for ages. I do believe it's time that he does have some plaudits. Guys, look, if you disagree, look, just leave the comments in the chat, and obviously you don't know that Monday's going to be getting back to you straight away with his spider senses when you lot start slandering him. But look, we left it short. We left it brief. But I think we have actually been quite fair today. So guys, look, we're back tomorrow, back Tuesday, back Wednesday, back Thursday, doubling up on Friday and back on Sunday. So guys, this is the agenda. Maguire, I think he's doing all right. We're